Hey everyone, and a massive welcome back to the Leap podcast. I'm your host, Ali, and I'm absolutely buzzing to be back in your ears.
And hi there, it's your co-host, Anna, joining in with just as much energy. Today, we're tackling something that I think we've all wrestled with at some point. That feeling of, well, let's be honest, laziness.
Exactly, Anna. That procrastination monster. That comfy couch calling your name when you know you should be doing something else. We're diving deep into why it happens and, more importantly, how to kick it to the curb and start living with more intention and action.
Because let's face it, that feeling of accomplishment after you've actually done something you were putting off, it's incredible. We want to help you experience more of that.
Absolutely. We'll be sharing practical strategies, mindset shifts, and maybe even a few tough love truths to help you break free from the grip of inertia. Whether it's big goals or small tasks, we'll equip you to stop being lazy and start being the person you want to be.
And just like always, we've put together a fantastic free guide for this episode. It's packed with actionable steps, reflection prompts, and even a little accountability section to help you put what we discuss into practice. You can find the link in the show notes.
So, Anna, where do we even begin with this often tricky topic of laziness? It feels like something that can have so many different roots.
That's so true, Ali. I think the first thing is to really understand what we mean by lazy. It's not always about being inherently slothful. Sometimes what looks like laziness is actually something else in disguise, like fear of failure or feeling overwhelmed.
That's a brilliant point, Anna. It's easy to label ourselves as lazy, but maybe we're actually paralyzed by perfectionism or unsure where to even start. Recognizing the underlying cause is the first crucial step. Are we truly avoiding work, or are we avoiding the discomfort that comes with it?
Exactly. And sometimes it's simply a lack of clear goals or a compelling why. If you don't have a strong reason to do something, it's much easier to succumb to the allure of doing nothing.
So for our listeners out there who are nodding along, maybe the first challenge this week is to dig a little deeper. When you find yourself procrastinating, ask yourself, what's really going on here? Are you tired? Scared? Unsure? The answer might surprise you.
And once you have a better understanding of the why behind the inaction, we can start to tackle the how of breaking free. One thing that's been a game changer for me is breaking down big tasks into much smaller, more manageable steps.
Absolutely. That overwhelming feeling can be a huge contributor to procrastination. If you're staring at a mountain of work, it's easy to feel defeated before you even begin. But if you chip away at it, one small step at a time, it becomes much less daunting. Think of it like climbing stairs instead of trying to leap to the top of a building.
And celebrating those small wins is crucial. Acknowledge yourself for completing each step, no matter how tiny it seems. It builds momentum and reinforces positive behavior. It's like giving yourself little high fives along the way.
I love that. It's all about creating a positive feedback loop. Another powerful tool is the Pomodoro technique, working in focused bursts with short breaks. It can really help to maintain concentration and prevent burnout, which can often masquerade as laziness.
Definitely. And let's talk about environment. Our surroundings can have a huge impact on our motivation levels. A cluttered workspace or a distracting environment can make it so much harder to focus and get things done.
True. Creating a dedicated workspace, even if it's just a corner of a room, can signal to your brain that it's time to focus. Minimizing distractions like social media notifications is also key. Our phones are often the ultimate accomplices in our lazy tendencies.
They really are. And sometimes, overcoming laziness is about building better habits. Small, consistent actions done regularly can lead to significant long-term changes. Think about setting a specific time each day for a certain task, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Consistency is the magic ingredient.
Absolutely. It's about building that muscle of discipline. And let's be real, sometimes we just need a little external motivation. Finding an accountability partner, someone who shares your goals and can check in with you, can make a huge difference.
That's so important, Ali. Knowing that someone else is expecting you to take action can provide that extra push you need. It's like having a workout buddy. You're much less likely to skip the gym if someone else is counting on you.
And let's also address the guilt that often comes with feeling lazy. It can create a negative cycle where you feel bad for not doing things, which then makes you feel even less motivated. It's important to practice self-compassion and recognize that everyone has days where they struggle.
Exactly. It's not about striving for constant productivity. Rest and rejuvenation are essential. The key is to differentiate between genuine rest and avoidance. Are you recharging your batteries, or are you simply procrastinating out of discomfort?
That's a crucial distinction. And for our listeners who are learning English, actively working on your language skills can sometimes feel like a daunting task that's easy to put off. But remember, Even small, consistent efforts like learning a few new words each day or listening to a short podcast episode will compound over time and help you reach your goals. Don't let the perceived size of the task paralyze you.
Absolutely, Ali. Break down your English learning goals into smaller, achievable steps. Celebrate your progress and don't be afraid to seek out resources and communities that can support you and keep you motivated.
So, to recap, stopping being lazy isn't about some magical overnight transformation. It's about understanding the root causes, breaking down tasks, building positive habits, creating a supportive environment, and practicing self-compassion. It's about taking small, consistent actions that move you closer to your goals.
And remember that feeling of accomplishment we talked about at the beginning? That's your reward for pushing past the inertia. It's a powerful motivator in itself.
Absolutely. So this week, we challenge you to identify one area where you've been feeling lazy or procrastinating. Pick one small step you can take today and then another tomorrow. Let's start building that momentum together.
And don't forget to download our free guide for more in-depth strategies and exercises to help you on this journey. You can find the link in the show notes.
Now, before we wrap up, we have a special segment where we dive into some key vocabulary from our discussion today. Our resident word wizard, Charlotte, will break down some of the terms we've used to help you expand your English lexicon.
That's right, Ali. Understanding these words will not only enhance your comprehension of this episode, but also empower you to discuss this topic more confidently in English.
Hey everyone, let's take a look at some of the words and phrases we use today that can help you talk about overcoming laziness more effectively. Inertia, meaning a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. Example: overcoming inertia is the first step towards achieving your goals. Procrastination, meaning the act of delaying or postponing something. Example: I need to stop my habit of procrastination and start tackling my to-do list. Allure, meaning the quality of being powerfully and mysteriously attractive or fascinating. Example: the allure of the comfortable couch was strong, but I knew I had to work. Daunting, meaning seeming difficult to deal with. Intimidating. Example: the mountain of paperwork looked daunting, but I decided to tackle it one step at a time. Momentum, meaning the impetus gained by a moving object or process. Example: once I started exercising regularly, the momentum kept me going. Burnout, meaning physical or mental collapse caused by overwork or stress. Example: it's important to take breaks to avoid burnout. Accomplice, meaning a person who helps another commit a crime or do something wrong. Used metaphorically here for things that aid laziness. Example: my phone is often my biggest accomplice in procrastination. Compensate, meaning to make up for something unwelcome or unpleasant by exerting an opposite force or effect. Not directly used in this way, but related to balancing rest and work. Self-compassion, meaning the quality of being open to and understanding of one's own suffering and shortcomings. Example: it's important to practice self-compassion when you have a less productive day. Paradigm shift, meaning a fundamental change in approach or underlying assumptions. Can be applied to changing your mindset about work. I hope these explanations are helpful. Back to Ali and Anna.
Fantastic, Charlotte. That's incredibly useful for our listeners. Understanding those terms really adds another layer to our discussion.
Absolutely. And we hope that today's episode has sparked something within you, a desire to take action, to break free from the grip of laziness, and to start moving towards your goals with more intention and energy.
Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel more motivated than others. The key is to keep showing up, keep taking those small steps, and celebrate your progress along the way.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Leap Podcast. We truly appreciate you being part of our community.
We'll be back next week with another episode designed to help you live a more intentional and fulfilling life. Until then, stop being lazy, start taking action, and we'll catch you in the next episode.